We see more movies in a month than most people see in their entire lifetime.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all ages, welcome to a new episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some Do. My name's Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And today we're going to bring you two movies out there for your viewing pleasure. And these two movies are actually two movies that they're already winning awards. At this point, we're already getting into award season. The Golden Globes just happened this past week. One of these movies has already picked up a couple awards in that area, in the area of the Golden Globes. And these are two movies because next week we'll be doing our 2024 Best of 2024. And we had to do these movies before that because if not, Chris was going to kill me because he wants these on his stuff.
Neil, I knew these movies would connect to you in some way. I don't know which way they connected with you, but I knew they would. And I figured that you may want to talk about them at the end of the year. You know,
Yeah. I mean, I understand. I 100% understand because I watched both these movies yesterday and like
back to back. Yeah.
Right. Back to back, right in a row. I watched them. Okay, so the way that they're in order of what we're reviewing is literally the order I watched them in. So that's why they're in that order. Yeah. No better reason than that, because usually it's the streaming movie and then it's the theater movie. But first movie coming up is going to be the movie A Real Pain. A Real Pain is starring my buddy who was with me this past Monday night at Monday Night Raw. Did you know this?
Jesse Eisnberg was there?
No.
Oh, Kieran Culkin was there?
Yeah, he's a huge pro wrestling fan, and he was literally, I saw him, I go, that's a Culkin. And, that's McCulkin. That's the Culkins. What the heck, man? But yeah, Kieran Culkin.
Congratulations on 50 years at the top of the biz. I love you, Dad.
That was perfect. You want to try one more?
If it was perfect, why would I want one more?
Why don't we just do one more where maybe you really sell how you're feeling?
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
All right, take 4.
What up, pricklicks? It's me, Dr. Moron. I'm a ding-dong doodle-bug dipshit. My dad hates all of you. How was that? Was that good?
Yeah, that's from, obviously, Succession.
Succession's a badass show. If you haven't ever watched Succession, definitely go make your time. It's only 4 seasons, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think 10 episodes each season, and they're all good.
So. They're all good. There's not an episode where I was like, this is boring. Yeah. Now, the person who wrote, direct, and stars in this movie, this is a second direction debut, Mr. Jesse Eisnberg.
I've already apologized in the Crimson to the ABHW, to Fuerza Latina, and to any women at Harvard who may have been insulted, as I take it that they were. As for any charges stemming from the breach of security, I believe I deserve some recognition from this board.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
I don't understand.
Which part?
You deserve recognition.
I believe I pointed out some pretty gaping holes in your system.
Excuse me, may I?
Yes.
Mr. Zuckerberg, I'm in charge of security for all computers on the Harvard network, and I can assure you of its sophistication. In fact, it was that level of sophistication that led us to you in less than 4 hours.
4 hours?
Yes, sir.
That would be impressive, except if you had known what you were looking for, you would have seen it written on my dorm room window.
Mark Zuckerberg is such a dickhole.
Social network. Also in this movie, Mr. Will Sharp.
Good morning, madame.
Good afternoon. Can I help you?
What is this lovely smell? Is it crumpets?
They're serving lunch at the moment.
I love butter so much. My name is Mr. Flowers, English gentleman. I'm here for my wife.
Really? You sound quite different to how you do on the phone.
Are you sure? Maybe you are confused because my face is a little bit Japanese, but normally my accent is perfect.
Have you any identification?
No. I like to travel with minimum, how should I say, Fafifu, but Mrs. Flowers is definitely my wife. I'm here for romantic surprise.
That's from a British show called Flowers. Neil, you're muted. You're muted, Neil. Yeah, you are. You're muted.
I'm muted. I'm sorry. I was coughing and I didn't realize I didn't unmute it. Yeah, I've never seen Flowers, so I have never seen that show.
Yeah. No, I'm not blaming you. I haven't either. I just had to find it.
But also in this movie, the one and only, she danced into our hearts. She beat up our favorite skipping school brother, the one and only Jennifer Grey.
So I did it for nothing. I hurt my family. You lost your job anyway. I did it for nothing.
No, not for nothing, baby. Nobody has ever done anything like that for me before.
You're right, Johnny. You can't win no matter what you do.
You listen to me. I don't want to hear that from you. You can.
I used to think so.
Yeah, from Dirty Dancing.
I had the time of my life. No, I never said this way before. I like how your dog barked right at that time. But those are the people from A Real Pain. All right, the second movie this week is also one that's getting a bunch of nominations, a bunch of hearsay talk
buzz.
and all the above them, Oscar buzz, and that is Anora, starring Mikey Madison.
I had to start trying to be that kind of smart a long time ago. And I have wasted so much time just being social. Like, it's such a waste. And I look back at the last, I don't know, 3 years. I have just been a loser. Getting high. Just drama with my friends. And I am just now starting to realize that I am going to be like 18 in 2 years. And it's like, I already blew it.
From Better Things, a television program that she's in 50 episodes of. So,
you know, she said something that reminded me of something. I was watching Goblets of Fire earlier today.
Yeah, sure.
You know, like how I have movies going on.
Yeah.
And I just realized that Crumb, the seeker from the other, you know, the place, whatever, is trying to date Hermione. And Hermione's 14 and Crumb is 18.
Yeah, it's gross. That shit happens all the time, especially in Japanese stuff. So it's weird.
Weird. All right. Also in this movie, Mark Edelstein.
Yes. I just think that we had great time together and... Бля, я волнуюсь, на русском скажу. Что? Мне кажется, просто мы бы клево провели время, даже если бы у меня не было денег. And... I will become American and my parents will suck my dick.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. And I said it twicely.
So that's from an Anora. I was able to get a clip from there.
Yeah, hey man, it's what you gotta do. What you gotta do sometimes.
He did slip into Russian for about half that clip, but I mean, it's hard to find. So
hard to find.
Yeah.
It's like the most English you can find, and believe me, that's difficult in this day and age sometimes with doing movie clips. Also in this movie is Lindsay Normington.
What you're like now has nothing to do with what you're gonna be like. Like right now, you're all this little like pot smoking, burnout little rebel, and 10 years from now you're gonna be like a plastic surgeon, reminiscing on how wild you used to be. Everything you think will be completely different, and the way you act, and all your most passionately held beliefs will be completely different, and it's really depressing.
That's from some acting reel I found online. I don't know where it's from. It's just, I was hard to find stuff for it too, but that's from her acting reel.
That makes understandable. And then last but not least, We have, I closed it. Of course I closed it. Kieran Culkin.
Open the gate. Okay, sir, but Ivan just... Open the fucking gate! How are you? Game over for you, that's it. Tic-tac Instagram, tic-tac Instagram. Come on, what the fuck is wrong with you, huh?
That's also from Anora.
Of course.
Yeah. But that guy is actually in all Sean Baker's films. So I tried to find this up, but he's speaking another language. Yeah.
Understandable. I mean, sometimes it's just hard to find clips, guys.
Yeah.
All right, and that is the cast of some of the cast of Anora. We'll be talking about that as well. Chris, tell everybody where they can find us.
Find us on moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're at facebook.com/moviesdon'tsuck podcast. We're on Twitter at not Twitter. We're on at Blue Sky Movies Don't Suck podcast. We're on Instagram at PS Podcast. Patreon.com/Movies Don't Suck. Go to T-Poke, search Blackwood Dash Productions. You'll find stuff Neil's made, including shirts with our logo on it. Also go to bonfire.com/Movies Don't Suck, and something you'll find more shirts and more stuff Neil has made. If you're watching YouTube, subscribe. If you're wherever you're watching, subscribe. And where you find podcasts and Movies Don't Suck and stuff that do. Neil, who we talking about today? Who we helping out?
I think we need to talk about one of the places so if you guys don't know, I went into LA this past week.
Yeah.
I went there for wrestling, and I ended up at one of my places that it was literally when I walked in, the lady looked at me and she goes, "You okay?" And I go, "This is my fucking Disneyland.
Yeah.
This is my Disneyland." And I meant every moment of it. And it is a personally owned place. It's a lounge. It is so this is the most local of local bars. It is LA's own Rainbow Room. Also connected to the Rainbow Room. Oh my gosh, if I can find where's it at? There it is. Lemmy's Lounge. If you can see the shirt I'm actually wearing right now is actually from Lemmy's Lounge. Here's let me see. This is the actual seat where Lemmy from Motorhead sat for years. Here you can go, boom. There it is. There I am. I'm literally in the spot where Lemmy sat for years. Now it is one of the greatest LA places. It's been around since 1971. Everybody from 1980s bands to everything. Here's the inside. There's just so much memorabilia on the walls. That they have food that is. The pizza was really good. I got a pizza there. Did I take a picture of pizza? Yeah, I got a picture of the pizza. Pizza there was fucking great. It was good, handmade. Everything was great. And right now, there's the picture of the Lemmy's Lounge. Right now, if you don't know, the LA fires just happened, and they're calming down now and stuff like that. This is one of the places that has been donating money, getting charity events coming together. Like there's a one coming up with Sebastian Bach, Faster Pussycat, Power Man 5000 that is going to be adding funds to the LA area. But literally, if you are in Los Angeles, if you ever get a chance, this is like literally, if you're into music at any point, right here, dude, this is cool. This is cool. You ready for this?
Yeah.
This is the Vampire Room. It's called the Lair of the Hollywood Vampires. The owner took us in there because there's like nobody else in there because of everything going on.
Yeah.
But if you see, this is the group of people that hung out there together. It was Alice Cooper, Keith Moon, Bob Brown, John Lennon, Ringo Starr, Harry Nelson, and I can't read the last one, damn. But dude, and we got to go around into this area. Where was that? Oh, boom, right here. This is where the bands would play and stuff like that. And it was just so cool. Yeah. There's actually a picture of us somewhere. There we go. A picture of us hanging out in the Vampire Room. And then one of my favorite pictures I took, where's it at? And I didn't upload it because I am an idiot. There it is. Boom. I'm going to add it right now. But one of my favorite pictures I took a picture right next to the Lemmy statue. Oh, it's so good. So anybody go check out Rainbow Room, rainbowbar.com. It's rainbowbarandgrill.com. You can check them out on Instagram at Rainbow Bar and Grill. Go support local, especially in Los Angeles at this time after one of the most disastrous things that ever happened in the history of man.
Yeah. So yeah, Neil had a weird time to go to LA. So we definitely
the weirdest part about it was like getting on a plane, going from like literally in the plane when we're in the air, you could see the smoke coming from all the hills and everything like that. So I literally left fire and brimstone, and then I landed in Tulsa where it was like 8 degrees, a snowstorm, and it's ice storm and ice. So I literally went from like fire to ice.
Yeah, we had a snowstorm here like last week, so it was crazy, and it sucks. Our heart go out people in LA. We hope that our thoughts are with you.
Oh, dude, I got plenty of like people helping out and stuff like that in our new segment later on. So if you guys don't already know, go to Red Cross, the American Red Cross. They're the best ones to just donate money to try to help people.
Go where it needs to go. Yeah.
Because it's not just all millionaires, people. This is a lot of people who lost their homes that literally, they're working the day-to-day grind.
Yep.
But
all right, man.
All right. On to happier news. Let's talk about two people that hate each other.
Real Pain, starring, written, directed by Jesse Eisnberg.
I've already apologized.
Also, he plays David Kaplan. Then there's Kieran Culkin, who plays Benji Kaplan.
Congratulations on 50 years at the top of the biz.
That plays his cousin, Benji Kaplan. This also stars Will Sharp, who plays James.
Good morning, madam.
Also, this stars Jennifer Grey in this thing. She plays Marcia.
So I did it for nothing.
Neil, what's the storyline for Real Pain?
A Real Pain follows mismatched cousins David and Benji as they reunite for a tour through Poland to honor their beloved grandmother. But their adventure takes a dark turn when the odd couple's odd tensions resurface against the backdrop of their family's history.
I want you to talk on this one first, because I really want to share your thoughts on this.
Since you watched it like a year ago and I watched it yesterday?
No, because I thought you'd really connect with this one. Was that right?
Man, Jesse Eisnberg was a whiny bitch in this movie. He would not he just kept on trying to ruin the whole adventure the entire time. Culkin having a good time, having a blast, dealing with emotion. Eisnberg is just like, I hate that he's dealing with emotion and I'm not. And it's
the way I saw it. The way I saw it is that Benji was just incompatible with David. But I also think that Benji did some really irresponsible shit during the movie.
No, he was just being a normal human being.
I knew you that way. I knew you connect with Benji.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, Benji was an asshole this entire movie. And I mean, there were times that, yes, he did do good things and stuff like that. But there's this great speech that Eisenberg's David, that character gives when they're sitting down at dinner, where he's like, and no matter what I say, it doesn't matter because you're going to think he's a great guy. And I just have to live with that because there's nothing I can say to make you think that he's who he is.
It's like a road comedy, guys. It's dramedy, I guess, because there are very funny parts of this movie, very funny parts, and I think that Kieran Culkin deserves a fucking golden statue for his portrayal of Benji in this.
Oh, really? You think? you think that Culkin deserves a statue? Let me think. What would that look like? Probably something like that.
Okay. Well, I was thinking maybe Oscar. You know.
But is he the best of the season? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, oh man, these did not turn out the way I wanted these to turn out. But like his portrayal of this character was amazing. Like he did such a good job. He stole the entire movie. Nobody even came close in this movie to his character.
No.
And it's kind of like There's another movie we saw in 2024 that I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but there's one where like there's a character that just outshined everything else, and it was just like, oh, what movie was that? I can't think right now.
Yeah, I'll find it. Give me a second. I know what you're talking about. But it's an interesting movie. It's not perfect, but it you walk out feeling different of it, and it's just I don't know, man. Like I wanted to like it more than I did, but I did like it. You know,
right? I like this movie. It was really good. It made me feel all the feelings that you need to feel for a movie like this.
Did you cry?
No, but that wasn't because I wasn't emotional.
Okay.
But I did feel like it was a very good emotional movie. It is a good buddy vacation. We're moving. I mean, by any means, you're not going to pop this on at a party and be like, "Oh, we're going to laugh for hours."
Yeah.
No, this is like that's not what this movie is. This movie is like, oh, I need to go grab the Kleenex and feel some feelings about some really bad stuff all of the world has done all the time.
And then Jennifer Grey's in this because why not?
I know, she's just like a side character. You don't even know that it's her. Like, I didn't even know that was her. I was like, for a second, I was like, that can't be. Oh, it is.
Yeah. And me and Neil dying to see this, we just couldn't fit it in, and I'm glad we did finally. I think that Jesse Eisnberg is on to doing great things. I really can't wait to see what he does next, guys. Don't expect a comedy, but do expect.
I know exactly what he's going to do next.
What's that?
Now You See Me 3.
Oh, well, I'm talking about like directing, writing. That's behind the camera. That stuff. That's what I'm excited.
I'm sure he did something on that movie besides just show up and act.
I mean, sure, maybe. But Real Pain, man. It's a fantastic movie to see. It's gonna get you in your feels for sure, and especially if you have family that were part of the Holocaust, it might affect you a little bit more. But it's an interesting movie, and it's Kieran Culkin is a shining beacon in this thing. He's amazing. It's so ridiculous how much he outshines everyone else in this. You know, he even has that character. You know.
I mean, like one of the first movies we all noticed him in was Igby Goes Down, right? Like that. No, nobody noticed him in Home Alone. I mean, the first time that we noticed his acting ability was Igby Goes Down, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember that film?
I do. Yeah.
You know, when Jeff Goldblum is just paying him off to just not come near him.
And but Kieran really didn't get noticed until I think probably Succession, right? Like, and he kind of plays the same kind of character in this, but different. I think a little more unhinged in this than he is in Succession. But it's really just like his time, you know. And I hope that hope we get more from Jesse Eisnberg that's like this, and I hope we I'm fine with Kieran Culkin being in every movie for that one.
Do you think Jesse Eisnberg is doing the Reese Witherspoon thing?
What does that mean?
All right, so Reese Witherspoon did like a website where she promotes books. Now she'll promote your book, but the rights to it, she gets if you want it to be a movie, she gets first stab at it. And if not, then she gets a percentage of the rights if you sell it to someone else. That's how Reese Witherspoon has become a billionaire.
But this is written and directed by Jesse Eisnberg. There's no book involved.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, do you think that should be the next step he takes? Because then he can be like Reese Witherspoon and just, make 142 movies.
I think that Jesse Eisnberg is a real believer in art. I don't think he's thinking about the money aspect of it, at least not as much as some actors are and some people are. But I think I'm glad it got seen. So probably it's probably cost nothing to make, and except for get everyone to Poland. And I don't know how much, but it's one of those movies I saw the trailer for. I'm like, I want to see that,
Yeah.
Yeah. And
100%. Oh, wait a minute. Did I cough right in your ear?
Yeah, you did, everyone.
Oh my gosh! All right,
It's
reset what you said again.
So it's one of those movies I saw a trailer for, and I immediately wanted to see. You know?
Yeah, and I agree with that. Like, it was like when you showed me this trailer, like I was one of those that was like, "Oh, this is one I gotta see.
Yeah.
I want to see these." Usually, Chris is more of the I want to see all the artsy love and feeling movies.
This is an art movie.
And usually, I'm more of the I want the blow up and the big, comic book movie, horror movie, gore. And this is the one that I think me and you just both agree on.
Yeah.
So,
which my score on this is probably a 4.3. I liked it. Real Pain's good. Well, yeah. 4.5 I'll go on this one because I actually really like this movie.
Do you know I hung out with Culkin right after he won the Golden Globe?
You didn't tell me this. You had a picture of it?
Yeah. No. But he was like just right in front of me at Monday Night Raw.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I mean, him and like 20,000 other people.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Neil, what's your score on this?
My score on this, 4.8, man. This is one of the best movies of the year, like of 2024. This is a reason we had to do this episode, was because this is one of those movies that just like, how could we not review a movie or get to this movie before we do our best of 2024? This knocked it out of the park. The chemistry between Jesse Eisnberg and Culkin was ridiculous. I mean, they could do a series on like Netflix for like the next 3 years and I'd be in on it. Like, like the way that Eisenberg's nervous sketchiness to like Culkin's like, I'm the crazy, you never know what I'm going to do.
So Kieran Culkin's character. Kieran Culkin's character in this.
You let the dogs out.
We get someone upstairs, and we didn't want to go through the thing of introducing Hugo, and so we was like, just get the dogs down here or whatever. Okay, but Kieran Culkin's character, I think, I thought we connect with you because you always connect with misunderstood characters, and I feel like that you connected that way with Benji, a little bit.
I don't think he was misunderstood. I thought he was loved.
Yeah, he was
cherished. He was the best one in the entire movie. Everybody else was weird.
Okay, Neil.
Why was there a random old couple? Who were they?
Well, they were there to do things.
I know. I'm just kidding. Have you ever gone on a tour group like that?
You mean a
where
tour
you're
group?
like with them on a tour group like
where you're only once on with Iceland. It's shitty too.
Iceland?
Because it's kind of shitty because you have to follow this whole group and you don't have the time to really
go do what you want.
Yeah, but we, food tours are different. Like we've done food tours with people, but only because the tour is the whole fucking thing is curated. I don't know, man. I haven't done that. But Neil, I'm gonna run to me as a car now.
Yeah.
When?
Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, I've never been on a tour. I was gonna say I've gone a lot of places and stuff like that. But I've never been on a tour group.
Yeah, it depends on where you're going. I think if Poland was something I might need. If I was going to Poland, I might need a little bit of help.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna need someone to translate since I don't speak anything but the English.
Yeah, Neil, I'm gonna run to you as a car now. What is the audience score for A Real Pain?
Oh man, the audience score has to be 91%.
81%.
Oh my God, I want to kill them all.
All right, Neil, what is the critic score for Real Pain?
93%.
Certified Fresh is 96%. Yeah.
Okay, they went higher.
Yeah. At least. So I'm gonna read a bad review, and this is from Alyssa Sue of Movie Pudding. She says, "The film feels nearly fixed to traditional beats, but more intriguing in its smaller moments." And that's a bad review because it's hard to find a bad review on this thing. Here is a good review. We'll do top critics. We'll talk to Linda Merrick at The Sun UK. She says, Eisnberg crafts a narrative that is as much about struggles with depression and anxiety as it is about the unspoken weight of history. And that's something we didn't talk about. This movie does deal a lot with history and the problems you'll find with it. It's a comedy, but it's also a dramedy. And I feel like it's one of those movies you actually learn about yourself while watching it. Like you can.
Yeah, because you're like, who am I? Am I the nice guy, or am I the idiot guy, or am I the guy that wants to sit in the back and touch everybody?
You know what I didn't do? I didn't read the critics' consensus of this movie. It says Led by a scene-stealing turn from Kieran Culkin, A Real Pain is powerfully funny, emotionally resonant dramedy that finds writer, director, star Jesse Eisnberg playing to his strengths on the other side of the camera. So yeah, guys, go see A Real Pain. It's available streaming now. It's still a little expensive, but I think it's worth it. If you have the money and the time, A Real Pain is definitely worth your time and money. You got news?
Mm-hmm.
You got news going? You ready for news?
I got some news. I figure we could talk about some of this stuff. This is the Movies That Don't Suck and Some of the News. Me and Chris are going to talk about stuff, and you're going to like it. If not, oh well.
I don't know. Yeah, if you're not, why are you listening? So, all right, Neil, you ready? Let's get this going. Let's figure out what's going on.
All right, first let's do the Golden Globes. Let's get these puppies right out of the way.
Fine. Okay.
Now, one we already talked about that. Of course, Culkin won for what was it? Best performance by an actor in a supporting role of any motion picture.
Mm-hmm.
Jen Smart winning Best Actress in a Best Performance by an Actress in a TV series for Hacks. Have you watched Hacks?
No, I want to though.
Yeah, me and my wife actually have watched every episode of Hacks.
Oh, it's
a
good?
really good show.
Yeah,
it's a really good show. Zoe Zandela and Emily Pierce won Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role.
Yeah, Emily Perez is actually on Netflix if you want to watch it. So
yeah, I haven't seen that, and Shogun I haven't watched either.
Dude, Shogun's so good. Oh, it's good. It's on Hulu if you want to watch it. It's great.
Okay, what is it about?
It's about a shipwreck crew that gets on the island of Japan. And they deal with the shogun there. So it's feudal Japan, but it's really good.
Now, the one that upsets me, and the only reason it upsets me is because of what category they put it in.
It's hard.
I hate that they do this.
Yeah.
But Best Performance by an Actor in a TV Series, Musical, or Comedy is Jeremy Allen White, the bear. How is that a musical or a comedy?
I don't know how they decide that. The whole foreign press is weird about that.
Yeah, I don't know how that's a comedy. I mean, good for Jeremy Allen White, and that show is a great show.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but I think that maybe we should Jason Segel in Shrinking was amazing, and that is an actual comedy that's really good. So that's the only one that kind of upsets me. Best screenplay was Conclave.
Conclave.
I don't know if I agree. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that one either.
Well, I like Conclave. It's definitely
but you got the substance.
Oh,
you got A Real Pain.
Dude.
You got Anora, which we're about to talk about. I mean,
you're right about that.
I mean, Conclave was just they took a story that was kind of in the news and made it into. I don't know. I don't think that one was. That one was. I think they were just giving it to somebody. Anyway, this one, Best Performance by an Actor in a Limited Series was Colin Farrell for The Penguin. I 100% agree with that one.
Everyone's talked to it. I haven't seen it yet, but everyone I talked about it says it's a great show. It was great. Yeah.
It's an amazing show, and I agree with that one. He could do 28 seasons of that show and never have to do anything again. Jodie Foster for True Detective, Night Country for Best Performance by an Actress in a Limited Series.
Okay.
That makes sense. That makes 100% sense. That was a great show. Demi Moore for The Substance. Knocked that one. Again
musical comedy.
Yeah, I don't know why that's a musical or a comedy.
Yeah.
I agree with her getting an award for that movie.
God damn, it's so good.
But I don't know why. I don't know why that's a musical or comedy. I didn't see A Different Man. Did we see A Different Man?
No, we didn't. But I know your boy Sebastian Stan's in it.
Yeah, Sebastian Stan won that. Flo, we did not see Flo.
Yeah.
In the animated series, I think we saw everyone but Flo. The Brutalist. We didn't see The Brutalist.
Well, it's not out until the 17th.
Okay, I was going to say I don't remember seeing that one.
It was released in New York, Chicago, and LA, but it didn't come nationwide till the 17th.
Trent Reznor won again for original score for motion picture with Atticus Ross. Best motion picture, best original song was Amal from. I mean, I get that. I don't know, man.
But
I think it's beautiful that way.
Trent Reznor has Ross down for Challengers, right? That's what the score they're in for?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cinematic achievement was Wicked. I don't know how that beat Deadpool. Well, I can understand now how that beat Deadpool and Wolverine.
Well, it's a weird award in the first place. It's like we wanted Wicked to win something, so here you go. You know what I mean?
But Deadpool Wolverine should have won something. It's like literally they just did that so they could have Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman there.
Yeah. Huge Jackman. but
Baby Reindeer won for limited series.
100%.
Best television series. It was Hacks, 100% understandable. Actress in a television series was Anna Swy. Best television series was Shogun again. I'm Still Here, Fernanda Torres for Best Actress in a Motion Picture. The Brutalist again with Adrian Brody. We haven't seen it. Brutalist for drama. Haven't seen it.
Yep.
I
really
Emily Pierce.
I really want us to get invited to a real screening of the Brutalist, but we don't have that juice yet. So,
but yeah, that's pretty much it. And
yeah.
So like, I don't know. Some of those were good. Some of them were not. But besides, let's talk about the injustice that has just happened to all of us.
Okay.
WWE star Seth Rollins confirms that the new reshoots of Captain America Brave New World has cut him out of the movie. I mean, this guy is legendary, evolutionary. He is the one, the only, the undisputed greatest. Anyway, I just
that upsets you. You want him to see him. I mean, once you take that up with who did write that one? Brave New World. Sorry, I want to find out.
MCU.
I know, but it's directed by
Kevin
Julie
Feige.
Sona. You take that up with Julie Sona, the director of that movie.
Yep. I'll go Kevin Feige. We'll blame Feige on that one.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Director Blake Lively's long-awaited sequel to Simple Favor 2.
Can't fucking wait.
Everybody's like, hey, this is taking so long. He goes, yeah, it's called post-production.
Yeah.
It happens on every movie.
Yeah.
We just announced this thing a couple months ago, and we filmed it. But it takes a year and a half.
Yeah.
He goes, we got to edit it. We got to do the scoring, special effects, sound mixing, closed captioning, and all the technical quality control that has to be done. He goes, just chill out. Our post schedule always had us finishing everything by mid-January. So just chill out. It'll be out by spring
and Neil
or summer.
really liked The Simple Favor. Remember that when we talked about that movie? We really liked it.
Yeah, dude. It was one of our go-tos.
Yeah.
All right, let's get all of these and just pop them up there together. So if you don't know, the LA fires did happen. It did destroy a lot of people's houses.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis has already donated $1 million to relief efforts. Halle Berry and Sharon Stone has donated their entire closets to people to have clothing and anything like that. Legends like Billy Crystal, John Goodman, Anthony Hopkins, Eugene Levy all lost their homes. Houses that they've had for 40 plus years.
I don't know if you guys saw that video.
Gone.
Whitney Cummings crying on her camera saying she has to leave her studio, because of that. And I know that she was going to be doing shows at the Comedy Store like the next day. But
yeah, and I was supposed to be at the Comedy Store with Mark Maron, one of the legends, the godfather of podcasting.
Kumail Nanjiani, Kumail and a bunch of
Bert.
Yeah. For Kreischer.
Bert. And and I was very excited, but then when we got down there and saw everything that was happening,
yeah,
it was just like we didn't even know what to do.
Yeah.
We were just like, okay, we are frosted. So yeah,
But yeah, guys,
I don't know.
Donate to American Red Cross, and also if you can donate to the Music Cares of Marriage Foundation. There are a lot of working musicians who don't have a lot of money that need of assistance. So do what you can,
Yep. Do what you can. All right, moving on to the actual movie side of movies. Jude Law is confirmed to play Vladimir Putin.
Oh, Vladimir Putin, nice.
And,
he said Voldemort Putin. That's a good one, dude. That's a good one. I like that.
And Oliver Os's film, The Wizard of the Gremlin. Now, this movie is based off of The Wizard of the Gremlin was published in April 2022,
Isn't
2 months after the Russian Ukraine.
You said Kremlin.
Yep, Wizard of the Gremlin. Kremlin, yeah.
Yeah, you said Gremlin. I'm like,
your brother said something on your own. I can't read it because it's not on my side.
I'll find out. But keep going.
On your own video. Okay. He said WTF. He said not to see it until it came out on his stream.
Well, then we talked. I don't think we didn't give anything away, dude.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at all these matches from the Rainbow Room.
Oh yeah. Oh, we can't get them. Unless
They gave me even coasters.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope.
A kid once said to me, "Do you get hangovers?" I said, "To get hangovers, you have to stop drinking."
Mm. Well, I'm not drinking, so I'm all right.
Anyway, so Jude Law is going to be playing Vladimir Putin. And the new movie, The Wizard of the Gremlin, is a book that was on the top seller list 2 months after the Russian-Ukraine war started, which made it a topical bestseller. So I can't wait to see that. I don't even know. I mean, there's some political ones that we stick away from because we just don't want people to come attacking us for our opinions on anything.
Tell me about it.
Like that. Because we don't want people to get pissed that we say this way or that one. Vin Diesel supposedly has smoothed over the feud with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
But I have different feelings about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I heard he was 8 hours late to the Red One thing. It rubs you the wrong way. But who am I?
So I don't know, because then earlier I read that they took stabs at each other in the media lately. So I don't know. Until I see them in a movie again, I'm not going to believe anything anybody says.
That's fair.
But that one. Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ sequel, The Resurrection of the Christ.
I heard it's called,
appeared on Joe Rogan's podcast.
I heard it's called Passion of the Christ. So get ready for Zombie Jesus. That's what I heard it's called.
No.
Okay. I know.
But he says, hoping that in 2025, there's a lot required because it's an acid trip. I've never read anything like it. So he says it's going to take some time to get it all together.
Yeah.
So by the end of the year, it should be filming.
Okay, cool.
All right. It's no secret that Robert Downey Jr. Has made huge bags of cash from box office, right?
Yeah.
Since the MCU started and all the above. Those films plus 2 Sherlock Holmes, the Guy Ritchie, the Oppenheimers, makes him he was the 5th highest actor of all time, is now being dethroned by none other
Kevin Hart
than Alan Tudyk.
Interesting. Alan Tudyk's at least he's wrong.
Alan Tudyk is now officially the 5th highest grossing actor of all time. His current overall box office haul stands at a staggering $16.29 billion.
Oh, so he's in movies that make a lot of money. That's what it is. Okay, so
yes.
I thought he was had lots of personal wealth.
Because no. Because of his the box office success of Moana 2.
Yeah.
Where he plays a big role in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also he's in the upcoming Superman movie. I mean, he's been in everything from Firefly, Knight's Tale, The Rookie, Frozen, Aladdin. I mean, so therefore, he is now knocked Mr. Downey Jr. out of the top 5.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Neil's feeling a little sick. So.
All right. Talking about the MCU and the DCU, the guy who played the biggest villain in the MCU might now be playing the biggest villain in the DCU. And the funny thing is, these two characters are said to be based off of each other, which isn't true. They just happen to look alike and kind of have the same theories behind things. So, Josh Brolin, who has played Thanos in the Infinity War, is now said to be signed up to play Darkseid, the big blue meanie guy that's from Apocalypse, in the new DCU.
Interesting. That'd be fun, right?
That's just hilarious. That
as well just start saying they might as well take a Thanos and just take a turn blue. That should be it.
Mm-hmm. And it's just like, man, I can't believe it. The guys behind the Pooh verse, the Pooh horror verse, I should say, says if you think any of those movies were disturbing or creepy, you haven't seen anything yet, because now Pinocchio is going to ruin your entire childhood.
Wow. Well, it took a lot to ruin my childhood, I think. It's already been ruined, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, like, what more can you do? All right, so let's see here. What else we got? Adam, oh man, I'm going to totally butcher this last name. Sorry, everybody at home. Andy Muschietti. Muschietti?
You'll have to tell me where he's
I'm going to go Muschietti. Okay. Muschietti reveals that it has taken 10 years to do this movie, but they're finally on the green light go. Shadow of the Colossus is getting the green light. Okay. And they are finally working it. He needs at least, there are different versions of the film, and obviously I want them to give me $200 million, but this is another factor that you have to take into account. I'm not a big gamer, but Shadow of the Colossus seems to me like a masterpiece that I could bring to life.
Did you play Shadow of the Colossus, by the way?
I played it for a little bit. I didn't finish it.
It's hard.
I have
it's hard.
played it.
It's not easy.
And it is. It's a very hard, because that's the one you had to like jump up the big.
Yeah, and it's like 5 bosses, but they're just giant. You know?
Yeah. And awesome. But not only that, Chris, not only that, but since you are the guy who likes that second-rate system PlayStation, you would know all these games probably. But there's a lot more coming out from the PlayStation Sony universe, because we're getting season 2 of The Last of Us. Right?
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm sure you can't either.
The Ghost of Tsushima, the anime, is coming out.
Okay.
Now there is a live action version of Helldivers.
Dude, really? Okay.
That is coming out. And not only that, we're also getting Horizon Zero Dawn.
That's perfect for a movie like a movie thing. You gotta have that, you know?
Yeah, so all of those have just been announced.
Okay. Well, interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
I know, that's very, very interesting. It's like, why? Why did they just announce them now? The guy who's been kicked out of most of everything in Hollywood, Brett Ratner, is going to be making a Melania Trump documentary.
God damn.
So I can't wait to see that, just to see if it's going to be good or not, if they're going to actually display them. And last but not least, one of the most famous movie actors has just signed on for a trilogy. And this man you're going to see coming up in the Christopher Nolan adaptation of Homer's The Odyssey. He's going to be in Spider-Man 4. But now he has signed on to a 3-movie deal with John Grisham's best novels. He will be doing the movie The Partner.
Yeah.
He will be doing the let's see. There's also I can't remember the other ones. I'm looking at it. But yeah, Tom Holland is now going to be the main guy for the John Grisham movie franchise.
So I need to bring something up real quick about Tom Holland and Kieran Culkin. They both still like that they're 13 years old.
I don't have any comment on that.
I mean, they're both great actors.
I mean,
they're both really cool. It's just that I don't see Tom Holland as growing up, and it's kind of hard to see Kieran Culkin as growing up because I saw him take a shot off in Succession. I'm like, I just feel wrong about this. But
I feel wrong.
Yeah,
I feel wrong. Why are you still so young?
Yeah, stop it. But he's 42 years old. That's how old Kieran Culkin is. Good for him. So.
But Chris,
yeah,
that is the news.
All right, cool. We get through this, and like we said, guys, Neil was in LA. We want you guys to donate to the American Red Cross or any other reputable source for that.
If you know anybody who can help out there, because I'm telling you, these eyes have seen a lot of fucking crazy things in my life. I have never seen anything as crazy as what it looked like when my plane took off and I could see the smoke and all that coming from the hills. There's a place in Santa Monica that I have pictures of that I was there on Monday of last week that no longer exist.
Yeah.
Like it's like the apocalypse out there. And, you know, I don't know what more to say than that. I don't know what more to say than that. That was the movies that don't suck and some of them news. I told Chris a bunch of stuff. He laughed and then punched me in the face.
I did. It did hurt. I said, get your wife's name out of her fucking mouth or whatever, right?
No, that's the Oscars, not the Golden Globes.
Okay,
sir.
so let's talk Anora, directed by Sean Baker. Neil, you may realize we talked about the Florida Project, a movie he wrote and directed on the show. He also directed Tangerine, a great movie, Red Rocket, and Starlet. Now he's back with Anora. Much we talked about. This stars Mikey Madison as Annie.
I had to start trying to be that kind of smart.
That's not just Paul Weissman as Nick. Yura Borisov as Igor. Lindsay Normanton as Diamond.
What you're like now has nothing to do with what you're gonna be like.
Also, Emily Wilder as Nikki. Sophia Miranda as Lulu. Vincent Radowinski as Jimmy. This also stars. This stars. God damn it! This is all kind of fucked up. Because, like, they didn't list them in the right order, I feel like. Oh, yeah.
I saw that.
Mark Idolishtin as Ivan.
Yes. I just think that we had great time together.
Also, this stars Karen Karagulian as Toros.
Open the gate.
Okay, sir, but Ivan just...
Open the fucking gate!
All right, Neil, why don't you read the storyline for Anora.
Anora, a young sex worker from Brooklyn, gets her chance at a Cinderella story when she meets an impulsive Mary's, the son of an oligarch. Once the news reaches Russia, her fairy tale is threatened as the parents set out for New York to get the marriage annulled.
So, Neil, real quick, I want to talk about Sean Baker. Sean Baker, he makes movies that show the city abilities, and they also include sex workers. Almost all of them include sex workers as the main character. This is Anora. Anora is a sex worker, but this movie is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, you call it Anora. I call it Tuesday at the Strip Club.
I know, Neil. I didn't think you think about this, I
was like, great. You wrote down the story about what happens like once a week at every strip club across of America.
I don't know about that.
You want to know about that, brother? Let me tell you some stories. All right. So sit down, grab a beer. Let's have some storytelling with Neil. But I've seen this exact thing, not like the exact where, it was Russian mob. But I've seen this story play out before where it was like, oh, I met Mr. Rich Bucks, Mr. Guy, he's going to take care of me forever and blah, 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 blah. And then a month later, they're right back in the door going, yeah, that didn't work out.
What did you think of this movie?
I thought this movie was dark, gritty, kinky.
It's also funny.
And funny, yep.
And emotional. I cried like crazy at the last scene of this movie. Anora, it's it's kind of a buddy comedy at some points. Like they're going out searching, you know?
Yeah,
and
it's like a buddy comedy. It's like you're looking for certain things that happen. Like there's a certain person. I'm not going to say exactly who, but I really wanted her face to get smashed in. And then when it did, I laughed hysterically. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Okay. Oh, come on, you know. So there's a guy named actor named Jura Borisov who plays Igor. I feel like this guy needs to be in almost everything now.
Which is one of the most common names in Russia, by the way. What movie that we saw that everybody's name was Igor? The Machine. The Machine. Remember with the Machine?
Yeah.
When they're like, "This is Igor. Oh, this is Igor." And, no, he's Igor.
Yeah.
No, we're all Igor.
It's Igor and Ivan. That's everyone's name. So this movie goes through a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff happens in it, and it's. I heard someone describe this as very human, and it is very human if you look at it, because it's very flawed. Everyone's flawed, but
okay. She's like, I'm falling in love with this guy, and all they do is have sex, and she watches him play video games.
But that's the thing; it's all about infatuation, right? And that's
true.
That's the beginning of the movie. That's the very beginning. So there's like anything away, but that's the movie goes through what actually things happen. You know, like what things really happen, how they unfold, and then the movie takes a turn that you're not expecting, or kind of. But it's weird. Also, the characters that show up in this, you don't like it first, but you kind of end up liking them. You know, like people that change your view of them as the movie goes on, and it's just I was really, really impressed. But I do want to mention when I went to see the theater that I went and saw this election night, by the way, because I was trying to avoid the election news. But I was in the bathroom, and there was a guy next to me who was at the urinal, and he was breathing hard. Like I was like, I have to call like an ambulance, right? And but I left the bathroom. Then I saw you go up the stairs, and he had a hard time getting up the stairs. And I don't want to say he was like 350 pounds or something like that. But I didn't know what to do. I might have to call a hospital. He made it up there, right? And I felt bad for him until I saw his shirt, which was a Trump shirt. And I was like, all right.
Chris, we don't talk about stuff like that on this podcast. Anyway, continuing.
Yeah.
The movie here, like literally, it is a story of like, you think this is going to happen, that's going to happen. You're following there's parts of it where you're like, oh, there's no way they're going to counter that, or there's no way they're going to be able to solve that or get around that. And then it gets to the point where it's just like, damn, this is really the story of Anora. It's literally her life in a week.
Yeah.
I think it's like a week.
Yeah, maybe 2 weeks, maybe. But
maybe 2 weeks.
But it's so human in a way that is not expected.
And it's exactly what you get when you go to the VIP club and try to buy the stripper at the VIP club. Well, this is what you get.
Well, calm down, but yeah, apparently there's no intimacy coordinator in this. I don't know how the fuck that was possible.
No, I don't either, because they were that was like, man, they went for it. I mean, like Anora reminded me the typical stripper that I have seen. Like she looked exactly like what you see if you go to a strip club. I mean, like she even had the tinsel in the hair.
But you sort of learn about people in this movie. You learn about people and how they react to things, how they operate, and it was heartbreaking at points. This movie is heartbreaking at points, and you sort of wonder how you would react in situations like this. And it's funny, it's moving, it's all kinds of. This movie goes through the gamut of emotions, and
yeah.
And it
because at first it's like a party movie. You're like, oh, everybody's partying and having a good time, woo! And all of a sudden you're like, what the hell is going on
Is this a
here?
thriller?
Like,
Is this a police procedure?
Right?
Yeah, like it's all kinds of stuff.
Did someone die? Did someone get kidnapped?
Yeah.
And like, then you go understand that, where it went and stuff like that. I mean, this is a well-written movie, and the scenery and like the cinematography of this film is like when you go into the strip club, I felt like I was in a dirty strip club. when you go into the restaurant, I felt like I was in a dirty restaurant
New
out
York
on
City restaurant.
Coney Island.
Yeah.
When they were in the candy store, I felt like I was in a dirty stoner candy store. And, when you're in the mansion, it felt clean and pristine and stuff like that. Like, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was. I really like this movie. This is, I had a hard time. You guys, I'm going to give it away. This will be my top 10 thing of the year. Easy. I loved Anora. I had an amazing time watching this movie, and I hope, it's come back to theaters some places. It's also on streaming. If you guys want to watch it,
it's like literally again, what I'm saying is that I'm just glad somebody put what happens every Tuesday night at a strip club on film.
For you. Neil, what's your score on this?
Man, I have to go the same score as the last one. Maybe I'll just move the other one down one so I can make this one that score. So I don't know. It's a 4.8. It's 4.9. This is like one of the best movies of the year.
Yeah,
like
easy.
This is easily it like heartstrings. It takes you on a story. It's unique. Which is very hard to come by these days. Is a unique story to go with and stuff like that. I mean, there's different aspects of it that are common in movies, but this story is very unique, felt very original. Couldn't take my eyes off of it.
Yeah.
It was a 2.5, what is it, 2 hours and 15 minutes or something like that?
2 hours, not 2 hours, 20 minutes, yeah.
Felt like it was 20 minutes.
Yeah, dude, there was so much going on in this, and the story was so propelling. And my score in this is 4.9. I loved Anora. This is easily one of the best movies of the year, and it's just so right. It hits all the things I love in movies in one movie. It's so. Ugh. But Neil, I'm gonna write to you as a comment right now. What is the audience score for Anora?
92.
It's 90%.
It's off by 2.
Yeah. All right, Neil. What is the critic score for Anora?
97.
Verified fresh, certified fresh is 94%. Whatever.
Damn it!
Yeah,
I was off by a couple.
Here's the audience says. It says, flipping fairy tale lore upside down, Anora, like its titular anti-princess, may make you laugh and still break your heart, and this is the critics' consensus. Another marvelous chronicle of America's strivers by the writer-director Sean Baker, given some extra pizzazz by Mikey Madison's brassy performance. Anora is a romantic drama on the bleeding edge. And I want to say Mikey Madison, whoa, she's amazing in this. Like just the things that
you're gonna be seeing her a lot now because she's gonna get a lot of jobs because of this movie.
This movie's amazing. It's
I mean, she's gonna be in everything. You're gonna turn on a movie and you're gonna be like, oh, there's Mikey Madison. Like, oh, there she is in this new Christopher Nolan movie. Oh, there she is in this new Ari Aster movie. Oh, there she is on the new Reba TV show. Oh, there she is selling sham wows on TV. Like, she's gonna be everywhere. Everybody's gonna hire her from here on out.
All right, and this is here. I'm gonna read a good review. This is from Richard Brody in New York. He says, "There's a significant work of artwork within Anora, but it's confined with the limits of a pot boiler, whatever." And this is we'll do this one from Christina Newland of the iNews.co.uk. She says, for all its volatility and rage, stripper catfights and clicking acrylic fingernails, and its heart, this film about the transactional relationships between men and women and how deleterious the capitalistic spirit can be on the human soul. This movie says a lot, and in its 2 hours and 19 minutes, it says more than 2 hours and 19 minutes allows, and that's what Sean Baker does. And so, to have all these things in this movie where it felt like 20 minutes, it's like I said, this is the reason I watch movies. Anora is one of those reasons. And so it's the reason why I love it.
It's a really good movie. It's one of those movies that I can see why it's nominated for everything. It needs to be nominated for more. I'm sure when the Oscars comes out, it'll be They postponed those, if I remember correctly, because of the fires.
Yeah, I don't know, but I do know that they're still announcing the nominations mid-February. I'll be out of the country, but that's the thing is, it's like everyone talks about the Golden Globes. It's sort of a Hollywood Foreign Press type thing, and they're kind of like training wheels for the actual Oscars. And a lot of times they don't cross over, like when it comes to what's on it. And also, they don't have a fucking musical and comedy section. It's separated. So I'm interested to see where.
If it doesn't make you laugh or there isn't a song, stop calling it a musical or comedy.
Yeah, because Anora was in the musical comedy area. This was in the drama, which is fucking ridiculous. But be that as it may, I'm excited to see what the Best Picture is nominated, Best Director, and the Best Actress. I don't really give a fuck about cinematography. I don't really care about much else. But this is Anora. You guys can see it online. It's on all the streaming platforms. And I think there are a few the theaters still showing it. I know there's a theater still showing it once a day because of this. But yeah, guys, if you get a chance to see Anora, don't pass it up. I know you might have preconceived notions on what this movie is, but I promise you, it is different than what you think.
It is a really good time. Now, Chris, talking about things coming up. When are we doing our 2024?
Thursday.
So Mark's joining us, correct?
Yeah, Mark is joining us.
All right, so everybody, Mark Radulik will be joining us on Thursday for our best of 2024, which means I have a whole week to go through all this damn movies and start my. I don't even have an idea right now.
I actually put my list together last the front.
I have the list of everything we've watched. I mean, everything from Lift to Saltburn to The Underdogs, The Beekeeper, Argyle, Lisa Frankenstein, Rickety Schnickety, Spaceman, Madam Web, Imaginary, Arthur the King, Roadhouse, Ministry of Ungently War. I mean, there's movies on here I totally forgot was 2024, dude.
Yeah, 2024 was a long year. It feels like. Also,
like Rebel Moon Part 2, definitely that's gonna probably be in my list
at some point.
Monkey Man. Boy Kills World was 2024. I've seen that movie like 10 times already.
And so, also, I want to mention that, guys, what we do is we do a top 10, 5 honorable mentions, 5 worst movies seen this year, and that's what we're doing, and I can't wait.
Ooh, Inside Out 2, Maxine, Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley. Damn, we saw a lot of movies this year. Twisters, Thelma. Oh man, Back to Black, Deadpool, Wolverine.
There's shit going on, dude. It's
Alien Romulus. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm gonna get a top 10 out of this, bro.
Yeah, dude, it was hard for me. It was fucking hard as shit.
Ooh, Terrifier 3. That might be my number one.
I know it's when your number one. It's not that. Okay.
I don't know what my number one's going to be. I'm going to be very honest. I have changed my mind.
Oh, wow.
on some stuff.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes.
All right,
we'll see how that goes.
All right, you guys find us online, moviesonsuck.net. We're at facebook.com/moviesonsuck podcast. We're on Blue Sky, Movies Don't Suck podcast. We're on Instagram and TS podcast. We're also on patreon.com/movies don't suck. We're on TeePublic. Go to search Blackwood Dash Productions. You'll find our shirts there along with other stuff. Bonfire.com, search Movies Don't Suck. You'll find other shirts and stuff like that. And where you find contacts, you find Movies Don't Suck and something new. Subscribe to all that shit because we love you. Neil, how do we help out small businesses?
You got a small business, let us know. We'll be more happy to promote you right here on this podcast. Just tell us in person, email us, message us, whatever. We'll be more than happy, free of charge, to give you information to our thousands of listeners, our millions of followers right here at Movies That Don't Suck and Some That Do.
You ready to get out of here?
Yeah, I'm going to go take a nap. I'm not feeling the best.
All right, man.
That's another episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some Do. My name's Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And guys, no funny line at this point. I want you to know, go help people that need help right now. Please donate to Red American Red Cross. Please go donate to places that can help out the people out there in Los Angeles. I was there. If you didn't see it, you need to go help people. Remember, helping each other is what we need to do in this world. Have a good night.
Bye, guys.